You know, it's kind of funny. We just finished a hour and 40-minute show, so I greatly appreciate everyone's patience and for tuning in to the Super Game Room dudes. Sent a link out to the boys. I'm hoping a couple of them might still be able to jump on here with me. Got off our show. We were talking about the new product that was revealed by Unico at the IAAPA conference in Florida. That they confirmed it was a candy cab. It was called the Nova Candy Cab. And what's interesting is they said they would send us some pictures and stuff, and also they were going to post their own photos and videos very, very soon. Just so happens is we hit the end button on our stream. I went downstairs, went to the bathroom, and while I was in the bathroom, all of a sudden I got the email with some photos and stuff. So I got some details, I got some photos. We're going to talk a little bit about this, and hopefully a couple of my buddies will be able to join me. Since we were talking about this on the Super Game Room Dudes, figured we'd broadcast this on the Super Game Room Dudes instead of my channel. So this is actually pretty interesting stuff here. So I'm waiting for the fellas to join. Maybe I'll stall for another minute. Let's see if the fellas join. If not, we'll just have to get to it. Let me double check my messages, see if they're going to be able to make it. Mike B might be able to make it. I don't know about the other two. I hope they can make it. We did have a very long show tonight. Anyway, it's always exciting when we get to see that there are new products coming to our home arcade community, right? So Unico, makers of the MVSX, which I have behind me right over here, they're coming out with a new candy cab. Now, keep in mind, this thing will have a base that it sits on as well. In these photos, I think we just see this in tabletop form. And I got some details on what this thing is and how it works. But let's take a look right here. So, what do you guys notice right off the bat? We have the light up marquees here. We got some speakers, right? We got a what appears to be, in my opinion, it appears to be the 26-inch monitor. Oh, thank God. Mike, I'm so glad you could make it. How are you?
I'm good, man. So we got our first look at this thing, eh?
Yeah, I got about 5 pictures. I'm gonna show the pictures, and then I'm gonna give away some details, and the details are actually pretty cool. So, this is what, Jay over at, Unico sent me. Take a look at this. This is the candy cab. Now, apparently, it does have a base. So, right now, it's kinda, like, on the table, but I guess it can
Does it
go on.
have a riser?
Yeah, the base riser thing is
No,
what I'm
but
talking.
does the base have a riser?
Oh, I don't know, man. But if you take a peek right here, oh, there he is. What's up, Carl?
What's happening?
Might need to mute that. Oh, nope, it's fine. The echo went away. All right, so let's dive in. This, again, like we kind of speculated on the show, doesn't that look, Mike, like a 26-inch screen? I mean, that doesn't look like no 19-inch sitting in there or a 17-inch compared to this person.
It looks pretty
right.
big. Wait for official confirmation, but I mean, that looks like a relatively large monitor.
Yeah, it does. It does. Now let's take a look here. So this is the rear of the machine that they sent me. Got some fans. It's definitely made out of that, polyplastic carbonate type material. This is definitely not made out of. I don't think this is made out of wood at all, guys. So that's pretty cool.
Well, that's one of the reasons Nostalgia's not here. Every night after Super Game Room Dudes, we have to freeze him once again in carbonite. So
Yeah.
he's ready for next week.
Yep. And then we have this photo right here. Now, this is going to be called the Unico Nova Blast, is what this thing is going to be called. The
I think that
Unico
looks pretty neat.
Nova Blast. And there you go, right here. Carl, what do you think about that? Looks like you're going to have 8 buttons, which is great for modern gaming on this thing.
It looks hideous.
It looks hideous. It's a candy cab, man. It looks like a candy cab.
The marquee, that's just doesn't do anything for me at all. They need to work on that before they release it. But again, I'm a very traditional arcade guy. This just doesn't appeal to me in any fashion. I wouldn't even know where to put this at.
Yeah.
If I had little daughters, I would stick it in their room and lock the door.
So, Carl, you never played candy cabs in your time in the arcades?
I've never seen a candy cab in my life.
Yeah.
At an arcade. So it's not something that that I have a nostalgic feel for. I have no, it looks like what IRK was trying to put out, and I said, man, whatever you do not make your cabinet look like that. We need something that's traditional for the American market, and so that's where my perspective comes from. So this is something that's totally unrelatable to me, but I'm sure, like anything, it's going to play games well. So there's no doubt about that.
And then we might have, here's it from the side. So as you can see right here.
Where would you put that thing? The thing looks huge.
It does, doesn't it?
Well, it's going to have a base, which I got a couple details about the base here, which we'll talk about right here. Again, this is just the top half sitting on a table. Now, from this photo, I think you guys are right, because now that I see it from this photo, from this angle, it does. Yeah, that's not a 26-inch screen. That's got to be a 19-inch screen in there, right?
Well, geez, I mean, how much is their 26-inch screen just to buy on its own? What is it?
It's
like
just
$400?
Just from this angle, and keep in mind, I'm blind as a bat. I wear glasses. From this angle, it kind of threw me for a loop, but yeah, that's probably a 19-inch screen in there. Yeah, and we have that photo, and it's called the Nova Blast, is what they're going to call this.
I love the artwork. For some reason, it's screaming like 90s motorcycles and dirt bikes to me.
Too funny. And then here is another picture from the front, or it could be the same picture.
Is that a vertical monitor? Does the monitor change?
Oh, yeah, there you go. Look at that. The monitor is in vertical orientation, so it looks like the monitor rotates.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, that's interesting.
So that'll be cool when it comes to playing different types of games. So yeah. And then, yep, that was.
And so does that marquee change?
No, it's just a stagnant.
Marquee. So I mean,
and those are speakers on the top.
Yeah, there's speakers on the top, right, on each opposite end of the marquee.
So let's just go back to the screen thing. If this thing actually rotates, and this isn't like the At Games Legends Ultimate Mini, where you've got a giant regular HD TV in there. If this is a correct horizontal screen, like a 5x4 or 4x3, that's huge news that this rotates, because you can play vertical and horizontal games in the right aspect ratio and rotate that. That is actually really cool. That is one of the selling points for me right now, if this thing does rotate.
I hope they actually have a mechanism in there like the Astro City Mini, where it just kind of pops out.
Yeah.
You rotate it, push it back in. Because one thing about the At Games Legends Ultimate Mini is, although it rotates, you have to unscrew the bezel. You have to take it out, pull it out without breaking it, rotate it very gently, put it back in, screw everything back in. It rotates, but it's kind of a pain in the butt to do, right? So if they have a mechanism that does this, it would be pretty cool. Now, I do have some additional details, and let's see if this changes your guys' opinions on stuff. We'll just sit on this picture here for a minute. So this is what Jay over at Unico told me. You guys ready for this? Everyone in the live chat, pay very, very close attention. this thing does not come with any games.
Mm-hmm.
No games included. It has inputs for JAMA, JAMA Plus, Android SDL, Windows D, Windows X. So you can basically connect whatever you want in this thing. HDMI, VGA. It has a base with a working coin door, which we haven't seen what the base looks like yet. All we have are pictures of the top. Now check this out. This is what Jay told me. It comes with a base with a working coin door and space inside the base, dedicated shelving for your Xbox or PlayStation that can connect to the controls and the monitor. So if you wanted to throw a console in here, or if you wanted to throw a JAMA arcade PCB in here, you'll be able to. Options for RK3588 PCB or AMD 6800U installed. So it's interesting. So, I mean, that's one way to keep costs down on a product like this that's made of plastic or metal that's probably going to cost a lot to ship or something of that nature, is you just leave it as an open platform. Plug whatever you into it and play. So I find that interesting. He didn't give me any costs, release dates. This is something that I think is going to be up for pre-order this Christmas. And they're going to have more details included. Yeah, Dick Watson. There you go right there. GRS Viber board. That's something to think about. Yep, they didn't release any stuff. I think what's interesting, so when we look at the speakers, I saw a question about the speakers. Is it right?
Yeah.
I thought it was right here. So what's interesting is take a look right here. That's the way the speakers are, right?
But but the other one had different speakers, so this is two different.
Yeah, look at that.
Those are totally different.
Those speakers look like someone had like an old set of computer speakers and just taped them onto the front.
Some old Sony speakers. So this obviously is a prototype here.
Oh yeah,
this one.
Yeah, I think that's what this one is.
If you go to the next picture, I mean, that's more what you expect from a candy cab. I hope that's more so what it looks like. Up top.
Yeah. Can I go to the side view again? Let's take a peek. There you go.
So you see those speakers sticking out there from the Sonys.
Yep. They did not give me the price range, so we don't have the price range yet. I think when they make their official announcements on their website and on their Facebook group, they'll probably go over that.
Send the link to Fox. He knows all this stuff. Slimy motherfucker.
It's interesting. Different models? No, he didn't say anything about it being a different model. But it's interesting that one has these kind of speakers right up here. Are those speakers, or is it? Yeah, that's weird. It's like a weird cover on it. Interesting.
Yeah, I don't like that part. I like the first look that we got. Where
I like this
here.
right?
Yeah, this here is more. Put your Nova Blast sign there. Just have this as a solid light, and your two speakers there, and you're done. You don't need to add that weird marquee or.
Yeah. Hollywood Polo, we can't answer that question. It's way too soon, right? Like, this is the first we've seen of it. All we have are some photos, some basic information.
Hey, Hollywood Polo, I can tell you right now, I am not ordering this thing.
Carl thinks it's ugly. But hey, you know what? Shout out to Jay. They haven't made their like official announcements on their social media, and the fact that he sent this to us so we could share it is pretty cool.
That is.
And unfortunately, we have some bare bones details. So hopefully we'll get the full reveal, and obviously we'll cover this a little bit more as all the details come out.
Right, we have some inconsistent pictures here with no information to discuss on. So that makes it a little limited.
Here's one of the things I do like about it. So there's been a rise of interest in like the Chulix and the Vulix this past year. I mean, if this is a economic option compared to picking up one of those, this is something I would be interested in picking up, especially if it does have the Unico monitor in the what is it, 5:4 aspect ratio, and if it does rotate, I mean, to me, if this is in the right price range, this is a slam dunk for me. I think this is really cool.
Yeah, I mean, I like candy cabs, me personally. You guys know I have one out there in my loft. So for me, this is kind of cool in my opinion, but need more info, right?
What
Need
is he
more.
playing there? Is that like
That's
Contra
Contra.
arcade
That's Contra.
Contras?
Yeah, Contra.
Yeah, but which version of Contra? Is it the arcade game that's stretched?
Looks like the NES version to me.
Oh, that's not the NES version. Daddy knows the
Mhm.
NES version, and that is not it.
Mm, Japanese version?
I have no idea.
I can't
So
tell.
so
It looks blurry
so
to
P
me. I
Dub,
can't tell.
explain this candy cab concept to me. It's just for give me a 2 minute. Give me the elevator pitch on the candy cab because that's it's just a concept I have no idea. What games are traditionally on these things? What are we
So
looking at here?
you remember we all did a bunch of reviews on the Sega Astro City Mini there a couple of years ago. Candy Cabs
Hmm.
came over from Japan, late 90s. They're big in the fighting game community. Sega, had the very popular Astro City Mini. Well, Astro City arcade cab. 19K Fox bought a real one that he really took a gamble on because he sent the people like $5,000 and said, I trust you with this $5,000, and luckily got a cab.
Yeah, tomorrow's Ghost is correct. Usually, there'll be a lot of fighting games. Sometimes these candy cabs will be linked, so they could be side to side or back to back, and that way you're playing against someone else with the fighting games. A lot of shooting games, obviously, because these are very shooters are obviously top down side scrolling shooters, very popular overseas games, right? So there you go. Look at
Okay.
Danny. Calm down, Danny. He's like, but I don't have any devices to plug in. You can plug in, from what he said, you could plug in traditional arcade devices that have a JAMA harness, or you could plug in consoles and things. So, and it's pretty cool that it has the D input, the X input, all that stuff
Can I put a
built into it.
Pandora's box in it?
Probably.
Why would you
Yeah.
want to?
I mean, the Pandora's box arcade version has the JAMA harness, so
That's
you should
true.
be able to do that. So, but you know, Pandora's box is it's okay for what it is, but it's not that great, right? There's putting in a mini PC would be better.
So this
Yeah,
is this is gonna be pretty pricey. That's my guess.
I
I'm thinking this is
yeah
probably anywhere from 700 US to about $1,000 US. That's my guess for the full
yeah
model.
Yeah, definitely with a base for sure.
yeah. Well, I didn't want to
And
make this. Go ahead, go ahead.
oh no, I'm saying, and the base is going to have a coin operation mechanism, so that's expensive by itself.
Yeah, because it said it's got a working coin door and space for all your consoles. All
If
right.
they want to send out a review unit of this, you know who they should send it out to? RGT85, because he loves sitting on little chairs playing his
Yeah,
arcade games.
yeah. They'd get a lot of exposure too. He's got a big channel. All right, so just as a reminder, guys, we noticed a lot of people came in late. So for those who came in late, quick recap before we pull the plug because we don't want to take up too much of your time. So Unico sent this to me right after our show ended, and we're okay to share these pictures and some basic details. They're going to be making like the full announcement on their website, probably their Facebook page, probably within the next week or so. So I'm sure you'll see some more information come out. So don't panic if you're waiting for information. The information will come. This is a product that's probably going to be up for pre-order this Christmas. It's a candy cab. Right now, what we are seeing is the candy cab top half on a table, and there is a separate base that has a working coin door, space for your consoles that can connect directly to the controls and the monitor, which is really nice. No games included. That's something to remember. But it has inputs for JAMA, JAMA Plus, Android SDL, Windows, etc. Um, VGA, HDMI, all that kinds of stuff. So you'll be able to connect to the monitor. It appears to have a 19-inch monitor. We're assuming the screen rotates based upon the picture, but don't hold us to that until we
No,
confirm
don't hold
100%.
us to that. Hold Unico to that because they
Yeah.
should do it.
Yeah, because they sent us multiple pictures, and one we have horizontal, and then boom, it's now vertical. So we're assuming that the monitor rotates. but
But
we'll wait
the
for
speaker is
confirmation.
different on the two models, so that kind of indicates that it might be two separate units.
So if I don't
Because
want
see,
the
that one
bass,
there has a different speaker set, so it's clearly a different machine than
I
the
think they're
vertical
all
one.
I think they're all prototypes. So quick question: if I don't want the bass, can I buy that table Buddy's got there?
That table he's playing on,
Yeah, does that come with it?
the dirty white table with all the stains on it.
Like what's going on there? Like, is this a
Yeah.
kill room? Like he's got the sheets up.
I
That
don't know.
white
It's
table.
Unico. From what we've learned over the years, like you guys remember when the MVSX came out, none of us we were like, who are these people? And it's like a small group of guys. Like I think just a handful of people, maybe less than 5, that do all this. You know what I mean? So it's like small company. Don't expect big lavish setups.
They
This
make
is
good products though. I mean, the MVSX was really good. A
yeah.
bit awkward
That's
to
why I still
play.
have it.
Yeah, but it's really good.
Yeah.
You
The
still
only
have
thing.
yours, Michael?
No, I unfortunately ran out of space. I was rocking it in the kitchen, so I had to 86 it.
Yeah.
Well,
Now
this one you would have to put in the bathroom, so you might be losing out on some more
No,
space.
I've actually I haven't talked about this a lot, but my old arcade, I've actually managed to gut out enough stuff now that I'm actually building that half of that room back up again now. I got all my Hack Game stuff in it, and that's where my ALP 4KP might go. So this would be a nice addition in that half of my arcade I managed to reclaim.
this isn't necessarily true, JT, because for instance, on the At Games Legends Ultimate Mini, it is a 16:9 monitor that you rotate. So that is not a square either. So this thing
And
could
that looks
definitely
pretty
rotate.
square. That definitely looks pretty square there.
Well, when you get to this picture though, it doesn't look as square right there. See, that looks more like a widescreen monitor versus a square like PC monitor. You know what I'm saying?
Go back,
Uh-huh.
go back. Look, exact same dimensions. You just turn it sideways. Can you rotate this picture? I'm serious. It's the same dimensions.
Yes, Mike, you can rotate the picture.
Look, see? It's the exact same.
Mhm.
So we're assuming again, guys. We're assuming it rotates, but don't hold us accountable until Unico
Hold Unico
releases.
accountable.
Yeah.
I'll
Go
give you Jay's
Unico.
personal email. You write him
Yep.
and say that screen better goddamn
Yeah.
rotate.
So it's
All
cool.
right,
They're letting us.
Ezekiel, let's do this
Yep.
super chat real quick. Ezekiel, the Chicago Retro Ranger, 499 super chat. What's up, dudes? Honestly, this is kind of cool.
There
Definitely,
you
it
go.
may be for me, depending on the base. Thank you,
Yeah.
sir.
You know what? And if you don't like the button colors, you could just put in different button colors. You know what I mean? Like that's like the easiest mod.
I
in the
love the
world.
green buttons. I don't necessarily love the pink.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, you got the messages. You know what's up. I saw you even read the messages. Don't pretend. But we're gonna pull the plug here in a minute, Nostalgia.
No, we're not.
All right. So what was I saying? We don't know the price. We need confirmation if the screen rotates. We think it's up for pre-order in December. All the details are going to be coming out from Unico here in the next week or so. But guys, let me know in the live chat. What do you at least think about the concept? We've heard for a while that some people out there have wanted these home arcade companies, the ones we call home arcade companies, to make a candy can. So does this even appeal to you? Let me know in the live chat. Like I find it interesting. Would love to know how much this thing is going to cost. Let me know what you guys think in the live chat. Look at Carl fell asleep on us. He's so tired. He's so tired. He's also horsing around.
Put up a poll, P-dubs. The people want to see your poll.
Oh, Mike, I hate polls, man.
Just show them your poll.
Oh, you're hilarious. Let's get here. Let's fix this. All right, cool. All right, well, we'll put it up. We'll put it up. It's kind of late, Mike. We don't have.
What is it, like 7 o'clock there in Arizona?
No, not 9:30 here.
It
9:30.
was
my
like
God.
1 a.m. for you,
Yes,
Michael
that's
B?
right. It's 1:08. I gotta
Yeah,
take my
Mike's
daughter
ready.
to ballet
Mike's
tomorrow.
Mike's ready to keep going. Mike's ready to keep going. So
I love this shit. I love being on the air talking about all this fun stuff. We're gonna pivot the screen apparently in this thing. Sir Sega says it's about time someone tried to build one. I like Unico. I get one if it's not expensive. I think that's the truth of it. For me, like I think this thing looks really cool. The fact that it doesn't have the hardware in it, like it doesn't have a chip, it doesn't have a PC to run things. You're bringing your own shit with it, and the fact that it doesn't have any games. Let's hope that limits the cost. Because if this is the right price, this could be a very badass addition to most of our arcades. Thanks, Dark Realm Gaming. I appreciate that.
I agree. I think there's some people out there that like candy caps, and then there's a lot of people out there that don't like them, right? Like I think they're kind of cool. Like every time I go to like an arcade convention, there's usually a row of candy caps there, and I'll be honest, guys, there's usually a line of people waiting to play them. People love being able just to sit down and bang out some like Street Fighter and or play a top-down shooter, you know. So
I like the artwork. I like the color scheme, and also where this is a sit-down arcade instead of like an arcade. I can see me spending more time playing this with my daughter and my son in a couple of years where they're still really small.
Yeah, guys, do me a favor, vote real quick in the live chat. Carl's really tired. Yeah, give him a thumbs up for trying to join the stream. He's gonna fall asleep on us. So get your votes in now.
I'm here. What are we talking about?
I say you're just messing with me, man. You know what happens. You're messing with me, pretending you're
when I lay out the chair, you know I'm gone.
See, GCA is asking, Gotham City Arcade is asking, is it linkable? Here's the neat thing about this. It doesn't matter if the arcade is linkable. It doesn't matter at all. It's going to matter on whether or not the device you plug into the arcade is linkable.
Because it's bring your own hardware. So.
It's bring your own hardware. So as long as your hardware is linkable,
yeah. So
you can put Fightcade on this.
Yeah. So for instance, if you put Fightcade on it, well, now you can play online. You put in your Xbox, your PlayStation, you can play online. You know, you're only going to be limited by what you put in. You throw in a Pandora's box in this thing and connect it with the gem harness. Well, guess what? You're not playing online. Local play only, just this one machine. So I think it's kind of cool. And I'm waiting for more info. We don't know the price, shipping. We got to see what it looks like with the base. We know there's a base that has a functioning coin door. We got to see what the base looks like, all that stuff. So yeah. So for me, if I had to answer the poll in the live chat, guys, B would be option number C for me, would be waiting for more info. But over 70% of you who responded said that you guys are interested in learning more about this product. Or getting this product.
Looks like a Japanese iArcade. The iArcade, I said this originally, was designed off a rough idea of a candy cap.
Yep. So yeah, and that definitely does look like a 19-inch monitor. Got to find out if that screen rotates or not. I'll message him, see if he
can. Get him to come on the show. Let's just do this live.
Yeah, we could do that. Maybe we'll do a special show. Maybe we get him to come on.
Jay, get on.
Yeah, I don't think he's here in our live chat.
Yeah, I need some explaining.
Okay. Anyway, so sorry guys, this stuff came in right after we turned our stream off. So we figured we'd hop on real quick and talk about it real quick. So let's pull the plug. It's late. I got stuff to do.
Guys, what do you got to do? You got nothing going on.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't. You got shit on the go.
I have a wife downstairs waiting for me, Mike, just like you. All right,
my wife has gone to bed, man. I could do this all night.
Mike, you're so funny. All right, guys. Hopefully you appreciated this, and there'll probably be more info coming within the next week or so on this product, and all the details, all your questions will be answered. I know I still have a lot of questions that I'm going to ask them, and hopefully we can get you some answers. So, all right, if you enjoyed this, give us a thumbs up on the way out, and as always, thank you for subscribing to the Super Game Room, dudes. We'll talk to you guys real soon. Carl's too tired to do the outro. Ain't that right, Carl? He snored. All right, guys.
Kongs R Us is here. We can't leave now.
Yeah.
Follow up stream on Mike B's channel. Oh my God, Mike! All right, I got to put a pin in it.
Guys, come to my channel. 15 minutes, you'll get the real inside news on what's going on with Unico.
Mike, you're the worst, but I still love you. All right, guys. We'll talk to you guys later. Have a great weekend. More info on this coming soon from Unico, and we'll report on it if we think it's cool. All right, bye.